Hello, welcome to Guitars for Bars. Today I'm going to unbox my very first solo guitar. This will be an upcoming project that we'll be doing soon. So let's get to it. This is my first kit guitar. I usually just tear apart ones that are already put together and finished. I've seen several videos of guitars by this company and they look pretty good. From what I've seen, they turn out well. Let's see what we get. Some instructions, a receipt, a booklet, and the parts. This one is a Randy Rhoads style V with what appears to be, that's what the headstock looks like. You can't tell it on their website very good when you order it. It looks more like an Ibanez headstock. But you can see there it's cut off like that. So that's kind of cool. There's the inlays. They look all right. The neck is sealed. The hardware bag, we've got one part in here we need to look at, is the tailpiece. This one has this style, string through. That's my favorite. I don't like that stop tailpiece on a Flying V. Okay, there it is, shiny chrome. All right, back plate, tuners, black pickups, cord, neck plate, chrome with a plastic backing, some strings, and the studs for the bridge. Now, this is the best part here, is the body. This is what we're going to be most concerned with as far as the painting process goes. I'm very curious. All right, there it is. It is smaller than a standard Jackson. Standard Jackson, this comes back quite a bit bigger, quite a bit farther back there. It is sealed. Feels a little funky. Everything looks good. Let's test fit the neck. Nice snug fit. No worries about if it's going to be crooked or anything. That's what it looks like with the headstock. Ooh. Well, this should be interesting. It is glued together. The seam runs through here. Okay, that's it. Next video on this guitar will be probably some sanding and priming. I got to thinking about it and I thought, well, maybe we should just compare this solo guitar body to a Jackson guitar body. This is one that I painted. It is sparkle. See that finish, how slick it is? Ooh, shiny. Look at it from there. We'll get a better look at this when it's all finished. Okay, so I'm going to take this body and set it right on top for an accurate idea of how they line up. And you can see if you get the V's together back here, the Jackson is a little sharper there. Get this end down here lined up. This guitar is a little bit more meat up in this area, a little bit wider. That changes the angle of the V. See how it gets smaller? Lines up back there, so that's the same length. And then this again This sticks out a little bit more than the Jackson. You can see that the Jackson's a little wider back there. And on this end, we got 1, 2, about 3 inches longer there. And so there's one other thing I wanted to find out. I've got some gold hardware, and we need to find out if this lines up. And it does not. Look at that. That doesn't even come close. Now I believe this came from Stu Mac. I got that for another guitar. Yeah, none of it lines up. So I will be using the piece that I got that came with it, or I will be making a new one. One more thing I just noticed. This little hole in the end must have been from the manufacturing process. I'm going to have to put a toothpick in that and cut that off, sand it off, and make it all smooth. And one more little thing. The sealer on the back. It's hard to tell, but can you see that darker spots? That's where the sealer is soaked into the wood and the grain is still sticking up. So it's sealed pretty well, but obviously you can see it's going to take some more work. But we'll solve all that stuff with some good epoxy primer before we paint it. And just like on that old show Columbo, if you remember that. Oh, one more thing. The headstock. I didn't do a very good job showing you that before because I couldn't see what I was doing. I was just doing the guitar. So now I've got the camera and you can see exactly how they've got that cut. I'm going to cut this one piece off. Let me put this down right here, and it's going to look a little bit more like an ESP. And if it's neck heavy, which I'm going to have to find out early on, then I'm going to take a little bit off right here and get it just a little bit more ESP looking, because the ESP comes up, it takes a little bit more off of there. Oh, it does have a scarf joint on the back of the neck. All right, I took a look at this and got to thinking about it. That's probably the hole for the strap button. It's a really awkward place. If you've ever played one of these, that's not really where you want it. So I'm thinking, because this neck pocket is really tight, there's a possibility I might glue it in place, carve a block to go right there in this spot, and then mount the strap button down through that where it should be, and just run a dowel rod right into there to give it some strength. So we'll see if we do that.